Testing all the levels, testing all the levels. What's going on, everybody? I'm trying to get myself back on my feet. I've been gone for a while. You know that. Had some health scares, but God is good. And slowly walking myself back to better health. So just bear with me. Have some patience with your brother. And I'll try to get out as much information as I can the way I see it. Those of you guys that kind of can appreciate my perspective, I thank you so much. Because most people don't. Most people don't. So, but I'm about to explain why. You know what? I have been, it has been revealed to me through study and meditation, the plight of black people. Well, not only just black people, but we are hit the hardest, but all people. Well, let me just limit it to America, because I wouldn't know what another country looked like, because I haven't really been to any other countries besides Mexico. I haven't really been to any other countries. So let me just talk about America. In America, we find a lot of backwards thinking. And more specifically, let's get it down to the people that are half the population in jail, but only 12% of the total population, which is, of course, black men. Black men and women. Let me say it that way. When we look at why is this happening, how is this phenomenon occurring? Now, a lot of the times, people of other cultures or races will say it's an IQ issue, because you don't have the IQ to understand simple cooperative concepts and the self-discipline to be able to do it. Therefore, the IQ is not high enough to be able to crunch the numbers out enough to support not being in trouble. That's one way of looking at it. But it has been revealed to me through study and just meditation, connecting with the universe, and my attempt to connect with the universe. And I'm not talking about nothing spooky. I'm talking about letting my vibration get at the same vibration of the universe so that information can pass between us. Does that make sense? I hope that does make sense. Well, here's what was revealed to me. Now, you could take it, let it alone. You could say, you crazy. But I'm going to tell you what was revealed to me, and I believe it to be true. The reason why most of us are unsuccessful is because America is a place of demons. Now, we've all been told that, especially anybody that has listened to Minister Farrakhan. You know this already, and most preachers, most Christian preachers have said basically the same thing without using those words. America is a habitation of devils. And we're not talking about nothing spooky. We're talking about people that just prefer to not follow God's way. That's what we're talking about. What has been revealed to me is not so much the devilment part, but the demon part. Whereas the devil can think and construct conditions and think like in a chess match against you and plot against you. Whereas a demon cannot do that. This is my revelation, so I'm going to tell it. If you don't believe it, that's fine. But anyway, a demon can't do that. And so what is a demon? A demon is a force. Based on this definition, a demon is a force. Okay? So a demon is a force that has an electrical charge. You can't see this force, but it has an electrical charge. Means group of electrons stay together, kind of like a lightning bolt, and they just go where they want to go, right? Not that charged up, not that much voltage there, but still has a charge, and it's looking for a home. It has a negative charge. Are you with me so far? Are you still with me? Okay, because I promise you, I'm not going to get spooky. I'm gonna get mathematical. Okay, so those of us that know a little bit about physics know that like charges repel each other and opposite charges attract each other. We know that from science, from mathematics, right? Okay, I'll get back to that. Anyway, so demons are looking, that's energy that can be put out from one location and received in another location. Right? So that energy can be put out. Now, demon does not have a mental capability because there's no brain there. It just has a charge and is seeking someplace where it can control the charge. You follow so far? If I have a demon on me, that demon can jump onto another person and try to, if I'm able to cleanse myself or clear myself of the demon, in other words, I'm able to repel the charge or expel the charge that it's trying to set up, expel the conditions that it's trying to set up in my body, then it will try to find somebody more suitable to be in. It doesn't matter, good, bad, white, black, yellow, red, doesn't matter. Do you follow? Still with me? Okay. I haven't gotten spooky yet, have I? Okay, good. We just talking mathematics. So, like lightning will go and strike anybody if it attracts that charge. Same thing with a demon. A demon can go wherever it feels it can reside best. And it doesn't have vision to see, it just has a average charge, which is negative. Okay. Back to the drawing board. So anyway, that average negative charge, it's looking for a place to maintain that average negative charge, because as we know, atoms are constantly losing electrons, picking up electrons, losing electrons, picking up electrons. And so to do that is very unsettling to a demon, which is a negatively charged force. It wants to keep that negative charge and make it as strong as it can be. That's all it wants to do. Like a virus doesn't play no favorites. It just wants to keep itself in a environment that it can thrive. Right? Now, how do demons? So now we know how a demon actually can get in. It can actually, because of it's atomic at the core. It's atomic. Well, we're all atomic at the core, but it doesn't have enough mass to be stopped by your skin and body and organs. It doesn't have enough. This force doesn't have enough mass. Therefore, it can pass through, like sound waves can pass through walls and pass through your body. These waves of electrons can pass through your body. Am I doing good still? Good. Nobody leave yet. So they can pass through your body. So they can pass through my body. They can pass through your body. So now we know how you can pick up a demon. You can pick up these demons, right? Now, what does the demon want from you? Why would a demon go to you? Why? Because it may have an attraction or have just like a lightning bolt can be a mile in the sky and come down and hit somebody. If the attraction is there or the force can but the force can get the vibratory information off of the charge that your body is carrying and recognize that your body is a more suitable living space, then it can go there. Am I making myself clear? Good. So, but what does it want? It wants to be able to regulate the electron flow in your body. I'm talking about the mathematical. I mean, people can just say the spooky part, but I'm talking about the mathematical part. The mathematics of the situation is the demon is a force with a negative charge that comes into your body, sets up shop so that it can control the flow of electrons in your body. It can make poles on your body. It can drive all electrons to any end of the body. It can control basically where the electrons go. Any free electron it can control and send it there, or make free electrons and send them where they want to send them. You follow? So that's what they want to do. They want that control because then they know they feel safe in that environment. But here's the problem. When you feel bad, when you have bad feelings, or you have a trauma or some type of something like that, your body will try to correct that. You release hormones in your blood that will change the charge in your body. We good so far? So they will change the charge in your body, so your body will now have a negative charge. But what happens is your body tries to compensate for the negative charge by putting positive, trying to get more positive, more protons in the mix out there. Not floating. We know protons don't float without neutrons, but just getting atoms with more protons out there, put more protons out there, right? To try to balance it out, to try to make you feel better. That is at the point where you attract the demon. Because now you're filling up with so much positive energy to try to offset the negative energy that the protons can come in, the demon can come in, which we already said is a negative charge. Right? Right. Now, that's what they want. They want to control the electron flow of the body. Now, the question is, how do they, now we already pretty much said how they control the electron flow of the body. They use the powers of magnetism and electricity to control that, right? They can drive, they can gather enough positive, they can attract enough positive protons in one location that they can attract more electrons. I mean, we're just doing the math here, right? Or they can drive, they can amass, they can gather so many electrons in one place that it can try to have the protons come, but they can block the proton flow. I'm just being real with you. They can actually block the proton flow because they can keep a store of protons that they can use to block the protons from coming in and balancing off the electrons gathered in one spot or another spot in the body. So far, so good. So here's how demons get people to do things. What the demons do is they use pressure. They use pressure. What they do is they will gather a massive amount of electrons in the brain, because that's usually where most of the electrical energy is going on is in the brain. So that's usually where the demon will have most of its activity going on. So they will gather lots and lots of electrons in the brain. Now, like I said before, like charges repel, opposite charges attract. When you have a massive amount of electrons that flood into the brain, it creates pressure. You know that headache that you get? It's pressure. It's pressure because the demons are putting pressure on you. They're putting pressure because they want that chaos. When you have that chaos, you're releasing those hormones, which is bringing the positive, which brings them more, which attracts more electrons, so they can control what's going on. As long as you got this chaotic lifestyle going on, they can control that. So one way of doing that is they store a lot of electrons in the brain, and they will pull and attract and bring a lot of electrons to the brain, and then that repulsion of all those electrons will put pressure on the brain. Now, your brain is a computer that will try to figure out, how do we release this pressure? And it will start moving water. The thoughts in your head are water, and it'll start moving water, and every little movement of that water will send out a small little bit of a hormone. If the demon likes the hormone that's being released, it'll move like it'll release the pressure. It'll move like it'll release the pressure. So your brain will say, oh, okay, see, I thought about that, doing that. That pressure got released a little bit. That's what I need to do. However, sometimes we're not ourselves, and something you think about doing is actually not a good thing. It's a chaotic thing. It causes more chaos. And that's what the demon is trying to do, drive you to do all this chaos. Because once, like I said, once you have that chaotic up and down hormone type situation going on in the body, demons they like that because they can control what's going on electrically. When you got all that, you got these different hormones going on all the time, and it's chaos all over the place. They can get you upset, and they can set up a situation where they can bring in more electrons, or they can calm you down by bringing in more proton. I mean, they can do whatever they want to do electrically. You're going to feel it physically. So now, that's how they get you. That's how they get us, because they put pressure in the brain, all that repulsion in the brain. And see, once you do what they tell you to do, well, not they tell you to do, because they don't communicate within a oral language. It's pressure. They talk to you through pressure. You think, and you release a little bit of a hormone. They feel like they can control what's going on with that hormone being released. They release a little bit of the pressure to let your brain know, if you completely go through with this, I'm going to completely release the pressure. So far, so good. Now, the next question is, since we know this, how come we don't do anything about it? Well, we don't know. There's a white author named Hans Christian Andersen. Hans Christian Andersen wrote many stories, but the one story that I remember that he wrote, because I read a couple of his books there, and one of the stories I remember is he had a story called The Traveling Companion. And basically, this guy that went to seek his fortune in the world, all of a sudden a guy pops up and says, hey, I'll roll with you. The guy goes, I have no money. I don't know. I'm not the guy you really want to roll with. But the guy says, that's okay. Let me worry about that. But, and he always has everything set up. He always has food ready. He always has a place for them to sleep. He always has water for them to drink. He always has everything set up. Long story short, this guy didn't even know he was rolling with the angel of a dead man. He didn't even know that. But I'll let you read the story. You can see how it really rolled out. But he didn't know he had a traveling companion. See, we got these demons. We don't know we got a traveling companion. So you don't know. So how would you know? How would you know? One thing a demon's not going to do is let's go through some things that'll let you know that either you have a demon or somebody else have a demon. Because sometimes we have demons and we don't even know. And we got to check our behavior to see, oh, okay, this is out of alignment with me. I know I don't do this when I'm clear. So now I'm doing this. How come I'm doing that? Oh, I got a traveling companion. I got to clear myself of this traveling companion. You know, this is another name for a demon, whatever. But you don't even know that you got these demons. So how can you tell? The biggest way to tell if somebody has a demon is incompetency. When you see blatant incompetence on somebody, but yet you see, man, this person has sense sometimes, but on certain things, they're just incompetent. What's going on? Or logic. The demon doesn't want you to be able to logically conclude or come to a logical conclusion about just about anything. Because once somebody is able to walk you backwards and down a logical path so you can see where you pick this demon up and you can see the difference, the demon knows all this. It's just a matter of time before it gets cleared. And I'm not saying it has like brain activity like that, but it'll read your charge and see that something is coming that's going to clear it. Do you follow? So now that we know demon possession is a real situation, how do we get around it? We can't, because you're constantly around people, and somebody can infect you with a demon. A demon can jump off of them and jump onto you. There's nothing though. So what you can do is build your resistance up. And what you have to do is know yourself. You have to know when you are running at optimum speed, optimum intelligence, and optimum activity and results. That way you know when you're not acting like that, you know you probably have picked up something. You probably got a traveling companion, a demon that you need to clear yourself. Now, I will be talking later about how to clear these demons, where you can actually remove them from yourself and create a step-by-step plan for you, because it's not the same for everybody. Everybody can't clear a demon the same exact way. Some people have to clear it this way, and some people have to clear it that way. Some people it's going to be music that'll clear. Some people it's going to be lecture that's going to clear. Some people it's going to be motivational speaking that'll clear it. But that's why when you see all these people and they go to these trainings and they get pumped up for 1 minute, but they still got the traveling, because the reason why you still got the demon, you got to clear the demon. It's the reason why you're not being successful. You went to all the meetings, you went to the MLM program, you went to all of these different things, and you got fired up, and I'm going to do it. And the reason why you failing, it's not your fault. It's the reason you got a traveling companion you don't know about. And you got to clear that traveling companion so that your relationship can get better. Because if two people are in a relationship, they passing demons between each other, they never going to have a good relationship. But you don't even know you passing demons between each other. So you just go on year after year after year after year after year after year. I'm here to at least try to put my 2 cents in, and I'll give you my advice on what to do and how to clear these things. Because for me, it's music. I can think about music and thinking about, it's 2 things for me: music and counting my blessings from God. I think about what God have done for me. I've walked away from 8 or 9 car accidents. I should have been dead. Just from that, I walked away from 5 or 6 hospital scares. Walked away from that. Should have been dead. Plenty of times. Just in the last 5-6 years. Should have been dead. But here I am. Yet I'm walking and seeing and talking. Both arms, both legs. A blessing. So that's what helps me. But I will give many more. I just want to put that out there because I was going across the internet and I saw where somebody was actually talking about demons. I said, man, see, I was going to do a video about that. I said, so let me put it out there now. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think. But I'm going to follow this up with how to clear these demons, or suggestions that I have on how to clear these demons. And until then, be safe and take care of yourself. Peace.